Tottenham versus Manchester United. Very big game today. Obviously, Manchester United are going for the top four, and so have turned the corner these last few weeks. Under Michael Carrick, they've obviously won 3 games in a row. Um, and they're undefeated in about 7. So obviously, a few of those games are under Amarim, but they look a lot more like a bit like the old Man United now. Don't like to say that because I still think they're way apart from that, and I still think they've got vulnerabilities, but they're playing that sort of way a bit. So it's a tough game. Spurs obviously are fighting to stay clear of relegation, whether we like it or not. I think we are in a relegation battle. If we lose today and West Ham win, then it's only 6 points, and West Ham got Burnley, so that's not exactly a mega hard game. It won't be easy, but I still think we still need to make sure we get a result here. It'll obviously be a tough game, but I still think we've got some players on the team that can hurt Man United. But obviously we need the players to come to fruition and do a job for the team. And I think if everyone, if we play like we did against Man City in the first half last week, we'll get absolutely slaughtered. If we play like we did against that Man City in the second half, I think we have more of a chance. So I thought we had excellent second half. But it's a tough game. But it's a game the players should cherish. I don't see why we need to fear Man United. They're not Man United of old. And I saw against Fulham last week, they still have vulnerabilities in defence. So I think Solanke's on fire lately. So if he's, I think he'll have a field day against 2 centre halves of United. But hopefully we can get results, and that'll hopefully kickstart our season a little bit. But obviously, I'm doing my predicted Tottenham 11 today. So in goal, I've gone for Vicario. Obviously, he's the standout goalkeeper. Kinsley's not quite good enough already to challenge Vicario. As much as you can love or hate Vicario, but he is a good shot stopper. It's just his distribution that lets him down at times. But obviously, he is our main goalkeeper, so I'll be surprised if Frank changes that. In defence, obviously the 2 centre halves are back, so Van der Ven and Christian Romero, both important players for Spurs. They are just as important going forward as they are defending. Set pieces important. They've scored quite a few goals this season. It's actually quite embarrassing that they're our highest goal scorers, apart from Richarlison. They're our highest goal scorers this season. But they get on the end of set piece as well. And Romero likes going forward. He likes bombing forward, even when there isn't a set piece. And it's got a few important goals for us, which is lucky. He has bombed forward. But obviously, 2 very important players, and I expect them to both come out. I expect Van der Ven to come straight in against Manchester United, and I expect Romero to be okay. I mean, he had that spout about the board last week, which I totally agree with him. But I don't think he'll be dropped from the team. I don't think he'll be stripped of captaincy. So I think he'll definitely come back in for that. Right back, I think, will be Archie Gray. Jed Spencer is rumoured that he might come back, but I don't know if he's definitely back yet. So I think my predicted lineup will be Archie Gray at right back. I thought he did quite well last week against City, especially in the second half. And I think he's done quite well. So it's come to Spurs in certain positions. I've never known his proper position, but I think he's actually done it right. But he played quite well last week, and considering that Man City have got all that talent, he didn't really look out of sorts, really. I mean, the goals weren't really on his side, so I thought he'd done all right. So fair play to him. And on left back, I think Destiny Odoi. Now, Destiny Odoi going forward, he's fast, obviously, but his end product at times just does let him down. So if he gets the end product right, we've got a great player on our hands, but he's just his final ball at times does let him down. But but I think he'll be our left back. I think the only available player to play there anyway, so he has to slot straight in there. So you know, um, obviously, I think he'll drop Basuma for this game. I think he'll go for a double pivot actually with Paulinho and Gallagher. Basuma has come in for the last few games, but I thought he was poor against Man City. It was his fault for the first goal, and I just think he's not quite good enough. I think Paulinho and Gallagher are better options. I hope Frank don't go for double pivots. I think that's too defensive. I think we need to have a go at United. But I think he will, since it's away from home, and I think he'll play Paulinho and Gallagher there. I just think this Man United team do have vulnerability, especially at the back, and I think if we have a bit of a go at them, I think we'll have more of a chance. But I think he'll go and try and set up to try and beat it. It's hard to break down, and on the counter, and I think he'll play with obviously that double pivot of Paulinho and Gallagher. On the left, I think he'll go Koda Moani. I've not been Koda Moani's biggest fan since he's joined. He's lazy at times. Don't know about in the Champions League, just not done it in the Premier League. At times he looks like he can't be bothered to be here. And I think I think he'll be on the left. There's not many options. I think he'll go on the left unless Frank plays two up front, which I don't think he will. I think he'll play Colin Mooney on the left. He'll play. Obviously, hope we need a big game from him, so he needs to step up and start performing in the Premier League. I've seen glimpses of it, but not enough to warrant signing permanently in the summer. And I don't think he wants to anyway, but he's still playing for his future, so he still needs a good performance from him. On the right, I think it will be Wilson Odegaard. I think I've been a lot better. I've been his biggest critic at times this season. Even last season, I've never really rated him. I think he's a bit Championship standard. I've always said at times, but I've been impressed in the last few weeks. I thought he's done alright at Dortmund, Frankfurt, and against Man City last week. I thought he's looks a lot more threatening, and his final ball seems a lot better. But I think we need more from him still. But I still think he'll be on the right. I think if Kudus is available, obviously Kudus will be there, but Odegaard's coming. I think Odegaard actually looks better on the right than he does on the left, which is, it's one I've seen him on the left. He hasn't looked that good, but can't put him on the right, and he does look a lot better. Obviously, number 10 will be Xavi Simons. I thought he was excellent at Man City last week, especially his ball over to Solanke. I thought he's been playing really well lately, especially in Champions League, but even in the league, last few games, he looks a lot better. A lot more threatening, and looks more, he's plays to the fans as well, and we're starting to see the best of him now, I think. He's a great player. Just taking a little time to adjust to the Premier League, but I think he's finally adjusting, and I think him and Solanke do have a bit of a good understanding together, and I think let that continue, because I think that to be a really good partnership there. And obviously up front will be Solanke. I thought he was really good against Man City. I thought since he's come back from injury, he's been really good. Hold up play is really good, very strong, and starting to score goals as well. 4 goals in 2 games or 3 games or something, which is good. So he just needs him to stay fit and chip in with a few more goals, and give him the ball on Saturday, give the ball today, and let him score goals. I think give him the service, he'll score goals, and he got a good goal against Man City, didn't he? So, but that's my predicted lineup. Let me know what you think in the comments. Drop the comments below what your predicted lineup is, if you take any players out or put them in. And subscribe if you want a post-match reaction for after a game a bit later on today. But hopefully we win, and come on, you Spurs.